home people feel happiest when they're at home. They don't want to go to loud places all the time. They don't need lots of friends around them every day. Instead, they feel safe and comfortable in their own special space. To others, these people might look shy or quiet, but they're not sad. They're not hiding. They're just being themselves. And that's perfectly okay. These people are not running away from fun. They're running toward what makes them happy. And there's a special reason why. Scientists who study how our brains work say something interesting. People who love staying home have big imaginations. Their minds are like colorful playgrounds. They think about stories, ideas, and feelings all the time. Home is not a place where they're stuck. It's a place where their imagination can fly, where they feel free to be who they really are. These people don't need LOD excitement to feel good. They can look out a window, drink something warm, and feel really happy. Their hearts don't get excited by big crowds. Their hearts feel calm in quiet places. But here's something cool. It wasn't always this way. Many of them tried to be like other people. People who love running around all the time. People who want to be with everyone. People who never want to sit still. And one day, they learned something important. Being calm wasn't bad. Wanting quiet time wasn't wrong. It was just who they were. I remember when I first understood this. I thought if I stayed home too much, I'd feel left out. But instead, I felt like myself, like I belonged exactly where I was. I didn't need noise to feel alive. I didn't need everyone looking at me to feel special. I started to love quiet things, reading books, drawing pictures, doing my favorite activities. That's when I knew. Being peaceful is a beautiful way to live. Staying home doesn't mean being alone. Sometimes it means being with yourself and listening to your own heart. That's something many people forget to do. People who love staying home have something special. They think deeply about things. Every small moment can become a memory. Every day can teach them something new. They feel their feelings fully. When they're happy, they're really happy. When they're sad, they understand why. When they have hope, they hold on to it tight. They don't rush through their feelings just to keep up with everyone else. They take time to understand themselves. Smart people who study feelings say something amazing. People who enjoy quiet time are often very creative. They're good at understanding how other people feel. They're smart about emotions. Their calmness helps them understand others better, even when others don't always understand them. But sometimes people say confusing things. You're missing out. You should be around more people. Don't you get bored? These words can hurt because they make it sound like something is wrong. But many of the world's greatest artists, inventors, and thinkers loved quiet time. They didn't always work in big groups. They sat in their rooms, creating things that would make the world more beautiful. Maybe that's the secret. Quiet time has its own magic. It teaches patience. It teaches you to notice things. And it teaches a kind of strength that doesn't need anyone's attention. But here's a question. If home feels so safe, what are they keeping themselves safe from? Sometimes it's too much happening at once. People who love staying home can feel tired by too much noise, too much chaos, too many feelings flying around. Their hearts need calm, a place where everything feels steady instead of spinning fast. Home gives them that feeling of control, and control gives them peace. Sometimes it's about trust. They give their friendship to people carefully, not because they're mean, but because they feel everything so much. They know what it means to feel safe with someone, and sometimes it's just what they like, not because they're scared, not because something's wrong, just because home feels warm and cozy. They have hobbies that don't need other people around. Reading stories, creating things, drawing pictures, watching their favorite shows, building something with their own hands. Happiness becomes a quiet treasure instead of a loud party. They measure joy in small moments, not big events. But here's a secret they don't always say. They love deeply. They care quietly. They notice everything. Because when you take away distractions, your heart learns how to really pay attention. If you're someone who loves staying home, you might feel misunderstood. You might wonder if something's wrong with you. You might ask yourself why you don't always want to be around lots of people. But what if nothing is wrong? What if the world needs more people like you? People who listen before talking. People who think before doing. People who feel things deeply. Let me tell you something from my heart. I once thought people would forget me if I stayed in my room too long. But then I noticed something magical. The world inside my mind was growing. Thoughts grew like beautiful flowers. Ideas kept me excited more than any big event ever could. I found meaning in my own special space. And slowly I understood. Home is not just walls. Home is a feeling inside you. And now, let me talk to you. Because maybe you're one of these special people. Maybe you've always felt a little different. Maybe you enjoy your company more than being in big groups. And maybe others haven't told you how wonderful that is. But you know what? Your quiet is powerful. Your calmness has strength. Your peaceful time is a gift, not something to fix. And if you keep listening, there's something important I want you to know. The truth is, people who love staying home are not avoiding life. They're living it with purpose. They don't want to waste time on things that don't matter. They want real things, honest things, true friendships, even if those friendships are just a few you. People who study feelings say that people who like alone time are often very wise. They know what makes them happy. They know what makes them tired. They understand themselves. Most people don't learn this until they're much older. But people like you, they learn it early. That doesn't mean they never feel lonely. Loneliness and alone time are not the same thing. Alone time is something you choose. Loneliness is when you wish someone was there. A person can feel lonely even in a crowded room. But chosen alone time, that gives you strength. There are days when staying home feels like a shield, a break from a world that asks too much. And there are days when it feels like freedom, the freedom to just be yourself. Let's understand this even more. Not everyone is the same. Some people think home-loving people are just SHY, but that's not always true. Even people who like being social sometimes need home to feel okay again. It's about where your energy comes from and where it goes away. Special trust. They don't become friends with everyone. They check if someone is safe before letting them into their heart. Their hearts might seem protected, but once they care about someone, they care more than most people understand. Big imagination inside. Their mind is like an ART studio. They can turn quiet time into creativity. They can turn simple things into special things. They don't need to go somewhere. They find purpose right where they are, controlling their space. They know what makes them feel uncomfortable or worried. Home lets them control their environment, their time, their feelings. But here's something true. Sometimes people love home because the outside world once hurt them. A friend who wasn't kind. Someone who broke their trust. A moment when their big feelings were too much for others. So they made a space where they didn't have to say sorry for being themselves. If you've ever chosen to stay home because outside felt too heavy, you're not alone. You're learning to protect your peas, and that's really, really smart. But staying home doesn't mean you don't dream. Your dreams are not small. They're just inside you. You dream of doing something special, something beautiful, something that shows who you really are. You don't want 100 people clapping. You want one person who truly gets you. And maybe you're waiting for the right time, for the right people, for the world to feel a little softer. Here's something from my heart, and maybe you'll understand. Home is the one place where you don't fear being judged, where you don't have to pretend, where being tired becomes okay. Some days, you look out the window and watch life happening outside. Cars moving, people rushing, noise everywhere, and you quietly smile, because you know the real treasure is inside. Still, the world will try to tell you something different. People act like you should always be busy, like resting is being lazy, like sitting still is being useless. But the truth is, rest helps you grow. Stillness helps you think clearly. Quiet helps you understand things. You might be at home more than other people, but your life is not on pause. You are watching, healing, becoming. And because you feel deeply, you love deeply. Your friendships, even if there aren't many, are real. If someone is in your life, they matter to you. You give them loyalty, kindness, and attention that most people are too distracted to give. You notice the small things, the way someone sounds when they're sad, the hug someone needs, the strength behind someone's quiet. You're the kind of person who understands feelings not just through words, but through silence. And maybe that makes you a special kind of strong. There's something beautiful people don't see. People who love staying home know how to be friends with themselves. They don't fear their own thoughts. They don't run from their feelings. They can sit with themselves and feel whole. That's not loneliness. That's knowing yourself. So let me tell you something clearly, honestly. You are not weird for loving home. You are not lazy. You are not weak. You are not missing out on life. You are building a life that feels good to you. And one day, when the time is right, when the world outside feels more like your world, you will go out. Not because someone makes you, but because you choose to. And that choice will make outside feel even more beautiful. Until then, enjoy your favorite things slowly. Keep exploring the worlds inside your own mind. Keep protecting your peace. Keep loving quietly, but deeply. Because people who love staying home, they're the ones who make the world feel like home for everyone else.